So, David,
Yes, Michael.
tell me about one of the things that you found most impressive about the installation that you did with one of our suppliers.
Well, we had the installation. The installation went really smoothly, and that's why I joined up with Michael actually with Apple Renewables, because it's such an impressive service, and I was impressed with Michael. And the final thing that particularly my wife loves is the app. And the app just explains, there you are, you can see what's coming in from the, it's a dull day, but we're still generating electricity. And Michael's got his car irritatingly plugged into the system, so we're actually using up a lot of power at the moment.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
So you can see this is the app, the Alpha Cloud app that comes with the Alpha ESS battery. It's one of the products we recommend. And this is probably one of the best apps on the market, if not the best. And you can see this is a real-time demonstration of what's going on at the moment. As David said, it's a pretty dull day out there. You can't really see, but it's pretty overcast out there. So, but even now you can see that the PV is generating 267 watts, and that's with a sort of modest size system of about 8 panels. So under normal circumstances, that would be covering David and Jackie's base load. So that's what the house is using when you haven't got sort of any intensive appliances on, like washing machines and dishwashers and what have you. But then obviously I've come along and plugged in my electric car, so he's got an enormous load at the moment of 700 or 7 kilowatts. But as you see, you can make properly informed decisions about what's going on, how much you're generating, what the status of the battery is, and everything else. There's a few other screens on here which we can scroll through. So you can see your stats here from the last 7 days. You know what the PV has produced, what the load in the house is, that's in the blue, what you've fed into the grid, and what you've consumed from the grid. So you can obviously look at the last 7 days, you can look at the month, year, and how much has been produced since the installation has gone in. So we scroll across again. This is, if those of you that like a graph, this is brilliant. So you can see overnight, Dave and Jackie set the battery to charge up, and it charged up overnight on the cheap rate, and they were discharging it throughout the day, which normally would have probably lasted them all day and into the evening, with a little bit of top up from the solar, until they charged their battery up from the grid again, like it did last night. But some fool has come along and plugged in a whacking red electric car, and pretty much drained the battery. So if we go back to a previous day, we can see here, this was what date is that?
The 1st of March.
Yeah, well, it's not the 1st of March, so is it?
No, that one there.
Yeah, so the previous day, and date hasn't caught up. There we go. So this was the 28th. So you can see they charged their battery up overnight, and that gradually discharged throughout the day. Cheap electricity charged overnight, topped up with a little bit of solar, and that got them all the way through the day and into the night until it was topped up again from the grid the following evening, before I drained it with my electric car. So you can see exactly how to work the app. There are that one, go home. There are a number of ways you can change the settings on it. So you can, people say, oh, how do I charge the battery from the grid? Do I have to physically go and like press a button on the battery? No, you literally press a button on the app here, go into here, and you can decide, yes, I want to charge the battery from the grid, put in your charging period, your start and your stop time, and what percentage you want the battery to stop at. So it's really simple, really intuitive to use, and it means you get the absolute most out of your investment. Make sure you get the maximum savings you possibly can.